So I wrote this poem and I called it On Becoming People. I notice people. I notice how they dress. I notice how they speak. I notice what they read. And I notice how they act when they're alone and when they're together. It interests me, and I wish it didn't. I think as I grew older, I started realizing that people around me looked sadder, and how no one is as happy as they seemed in the TV shows and movies that I watched as a kid. And then I wonder if they only seem sad to me because I've become sad, and that when I was a kid, they seemed happier because I was happier. Weren't we all happier as kids when the world was free, when it was endless, when the only world we knew was our little bubble, and the only worries we had were not to run too fast on the downhills, and not to remove our legs from the pedals on the bike, and to look both ways when we crossed the street, and to point the knife downwards when we carried it, and to remember to wear socks with shoes, and not to sit for too long on the monkey bars, because when our legs got numb, it became harder to jump back down. And when we climbed trees, we thought about how we'll get back down. And sometimes it took a while to figure that out, because we always climbed higher than we anticipated. We always wanted to reach for more. We always wanted to think more highly of ourselves. We always wanted to believe that we are capable of doing great things, and that we were at the top of the world. Except it was only the top of the tree, but it felt just as good. We didn't worry about how much time we had left. We weren't yet aware of the concept of time. We ran on the beach at the point where the waves touched the sand, because that was the softest part. And it made us feel faster. We thought that we were the fastest people on earth, because we felt it, and we imagined it. We imagined winning races, and flying to the moon, and giving TED Talks, and writing books, and making music, and possibly talking to animals, and becoming people with voices, people with relevance to the world, people onto great things, with accomplishments and dreams. And sometimes we thought about fame, and how cool that sounds. Our thoughts of becoming astronauts weren't too far away. But as we got older, those thoughts became more astray. We started to feel new feelings. We were confused for a while, but we learned how to deal with them. And then we realized how we will never fully know how to deal with them. Then we told ourselves that it's okay, because that's all we can do. Hope that everything will be okay. Then we reminisced the days when we dreamed of becoming astronauts, because even though that might seem impossible now, believing it was a thrilling part of our lives. Imagining it brought us joy, and that's all we needed as kids.